Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Report, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Now, let's have a look at some of the individual stocks on the move today here in Europe. I'm Caroline Hepker and I'm joined by Bloomberg reporter Chloe Millay. Chloe, good morning.
Good morning.
Let's start off with Sanofi. A significant drop there. This is around a particular drug that they were testing. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. So Sanofi could have had a positive morning given that there was a late-stage trial for an eczema drug that met all of its goals. And that should have really set it up for a big win in this area. But it's all in the details with those things. And although patients saw improvement in skin clearance, etc., better than those who received placebo, the improvement was actually less than another drug that Sanofi has, which is called Dupixent, and is the current top-selling medicine. So that's why there was disappointment there, and therefore shares were down on the back of that. That's obviously quite a big setback for Sanofi, given there's also another drug they have in the pipeline, which is for pulmonary disease, and that had two late-stage trials that showed contrasting results. So that's obviously now two drugs with quite an uncertain future, and it's not what it needs at the moment, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. Sanofi, then the worst performing stock actually on the Stock 600, currently down 9% in early London trading. Now to another story, Jet2, the outlook from them.
Yeah, so Jet2 shares fell the most in 5 years this morning, in more than 5 years. They also dragged down the shares of other budget airlines, and that is, as you say, on the back of a profit warning. So it expects profit for this year to come in at the lower end of the range, of the consensus range, and it said that it blamed limited visibility. So it said that people book flights more and more last minute, which obviously reduces that visibility, and it said that the remainder of summer and then much of the winter seat capacity was still there, not sold. So as a result, it is reducing the number of seats on sale this winter, and it said that it would keep pricing attractive, whatever that means exactly for them. On the back of that, the Jefferies analysts cut estimates, and then they cut the price target as well immediately after. All of that follows quite cautious outlook that we had from Ryanair as well last month. So overall, there's sign of some trouble for those low-cost airlines in particular.
Chloe, you're a well-travelled person. Favourite destination?
To go back to France. That's what I do.
Where in France? Come on.
Lyon Airport is quite good. I quite like it. That's where they've done some improvements there. They had a little refurbishment, so I quite like it. It's my hometown airport.
I got the inside track on the airlines and airports. Very nice. Burberry sales. Do you go with a nice handbag then to Lyon? Coming back to the UK in terms of that stock.
Yeah, so Burberry is making its comeback into the FTSE 100 index. So it got booted out of that index last September. That was following a really extended share decline over the last few years. But now it's up again. It's recovering. And a lot of that has to do with the turnaround efforts from the new CEO, Joshua Schulman, who joined last year. And Burberry actually lost its spot on the index right after he joined, which must have been quite the wake-up call. But since then, there's been quite a significant rally in the shares. And that's because of the new strategy that we've seen from the new CEO. And that's centered around really reviving the British roots of Burberry, returning to the classics, so the trench coat, the scarves that Burberry is known for, and that is working. And the latest earnings, in particular, that we had this summer, were really proof of this recovery taking hold. The sales were really good in the Americas, in particular, and overall, it was one of the most resilient names in that sector within a wider kind of downturn for that luxury space.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.